We're on a quest to take you inside the sport of off-road racing. Let's go. Children of all different ages competing out here, especially in the mod cart category. Let's check in with Mr. Knupp, the father of 14-year-old Luke Knupp. He's been running fourth, had some problems both days, unfortunately. This is one of the only fuel-injected machines, so they are able to get out the laptop and get some data. Let's check in with him and see how he's doing. So much technology, even in the mod cart category, here with Mr. Knupp. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Tell me what you're looking at.
We're just checking over all the motor data yesterday from the race, even though we didn't have a great race, but just want to make sure everything's as close as possible for the motor and try again for today.
What type of data do you get there?
It's just all the engine management. Hey, wait, you can't
Whoa,
show that stuff.
that's top secret. Okay, sorry.
Just you know, engine temperatures, RPMs, air fuel meter, you know, to check the tune, voltage, all kinds of throttle position, everything.
So based on that, what changes are you making here today?
Really nothing. The weather's kind of stayed the same all weekend, so there's not a lot changing. Everything's been consistent. Twisted Development does a great job tuning our motors and giving us a baseline, and we can come out here and just tweak a little bit, and it's usually, as long as nothing crazy happens, it stays the same all weekend.
Its latest additions to its robust lineup from the Summer Ultra High Performance
What a weekend of racing. Wow, congratulations, Jared Brooks, man. That was wild. A big win by Jared Brooks to close out the day. That truck was on rails. When Jared's on this year, look out, brand new build, and he was definitely on. A commanding win for Jared Brooks. There it is, victorious. Mr. Croyer looking on. What do you think, Mr. Croyer? How'd that Pro 2M motor work for you?
Works okay.
What are you looking at now?
Just looking at data, looking at the log file.
Anything interesting there that you're seeing that you can share?
Everything is good.
That's good, right? After what happened in Wheatland, you guys got to be happy.
Yeah, no, we're really tickled.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, Jared, when you're on, and in that main event, you just kept pulling away. What was different about your truck today?
Yeah, today, so on Friday we came out here, blew up our really good transmission that we've been running all year in our new truck. So we had to put our old stuff in, which is a different gear ratio trans, and kind of missed the setup. We weren't able to practice with it. When you go to that setup, it's a full different gearing, converter, and transmission ratio where it's hard to hit. So yesterday we're for sure off, and then the hood came up in our face and it was just game over. We were just trying to survive. Today we went out there, we put the same exact setup we had in our open motor last year, and the same setup we ran in my old Pro 2 at the beginning of the year, and put that in, and it just felt at home. I felt so good in the truck. It was hooked up, and I was just running 60% that whole race, just clicking off laps, and I think that's what it comes down to, consistency in the Pro 2 and being patient when there's no traction, and 60% sometimes could be faster than 100. So felt really good in the truck today. So thanks to K&N, General Tire, Bill Stein, Get HID Lights, my family for coming out, and on top of that, my crew guys. We haven't stopped working since we left for Wheatland. We went to Crandon, tore up the truck, and then a couple weeks later came here. So thank you to my crew, and we'll see you guys at Glen Helen.
Now, when you say the same exact setup, what are the measurables that we're talking about here? The ones that we can reveal?
I would just say same converter and same gear ratio, same transmission. Obviously it's a different motor, but it translated over really good. We had no test time on it. We've never drove it in the truck, and that's all I'm used to. That's all we drove last year. That's the only thing we drove. We kept one converter in the truck all year, and dude, the thing felt at home. I felt so good in the truck
so
today.
So maybe the Pro 2M and the unlimited motor aren't that much different after all, huh?
Oh yeah, there's not really any difference to them. We've dynoed my open motor Pro 2 with the restrictor plate on the same dyno that we've dynoed this truck to be honest with you, the 410 is quicker, but it's by maybe 40 horsepower. So at that point, two-wheel drive, it's not really gonna make that big of a difference. Now that the open motor has the restrictor plate, the Pro 2M motor has more power.
So Pro 2M actually makes more
Yes.
wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
Yep.
Very cool. What's the plan from now to Glen Helen?
Yeah, so now we're gonna go home, let my guys have a few days off, let them have the weekend off, and get back to work. We didn't even tear anything up today. Still have all the fenders on. Didn't take any mud, so we're gonna go back and tear the truck down and run this setup at Glen Helen.
What's it going to take to get up there, and are you still thinking championship?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we always got the championship on our mind, but we're going for broke. All these guys are so quick here that it's not like last year where I can just hang back and just click laps off. I got to go for it every time I hit that track, and it's tough. They put qualifying in during the race, so you got to put a quick time during the race too. So that's what throws me off. I always get in a groove. I don't always chase. I've been out front most of the year, get past at the end, so I don't have that time to charge. So that's kind of throwing a curveball at us right now, is the qualifying points, because you could win the race, but they get the qualifying points and just they're right there. So we're just gonna go for it, and whatever happens, happens.
Good luck to you guys.
Thank you guys.
And that is a look at Jared Brooks' old truck. That's the one he won the championship with last year. And you can tell just with the naked eye, quite a bit different from his new truck. Let's take a look at the old truck one more time. Getting my attention. Tanner, you thought you might be able to escape without the interview. Oh no, because you guys were flying out there. Made a lot of changes this weekend. Take me through what you did to that truck.
We came here after a short turnaround. We ran Crandon, Wisconsin, and we had an issue. We tagged the wall just a bit, going for the lead, you know what I mean? And like I always tell them, if you're going for the lead or you're going for the win, unfortunately you make a mistake, it happens. You know what I mean? You can't put too much pressure on yourself. They spend thousands of laps and don't make a mistake, and we made a mistake. World kept turning and put our heads down, got back to San Diego after a long 3-day trip. And then heads down. We worked 6 days straight through the weekend, and just a lot of people that helped out. Jerry from Fortin Racing rebuilt the gear real quick. Croyer with the transmissions. Chris Wiseman did a great job building us some parts that we didn't have spares of, and got them heat treated, everything, drove them down to us last minute. Me and Stretch left the shop at 3 in the morning Wednesday, got here, set up, went through the tech, hung out, and from the weekend there, we started out a little bit with some pretty good luck right there. We ran good Friday, we ran good Saturday for a bit, and then hood popped up after some contact, and unfortunately at that point I was kind of driving it for him through the radio, and he did a tremendous job driving it through. And then we didn't have pace last night by far. We had to go to a setup that we never ran in the new truck at all, and we guessed on it 100%, and that's all you can do really. You have knowledge behind it, but it's still a guess. And it was off a bit, but we put our heads down and had a good conversation last night between the three of us, and that's what made it happen right there. Is Jared's like my little brother. I never wanted ever, and Stretch, he's one of my best friends, and we argue like brothers. We love each other like brothers, and that's what makes our team so good, especially the family support and just all the sponsors and everything else. So keep working on the truck. It's still so new to everyone, from myself to Jared, everything, the driving style, the setup, everything about it. So what you guys just seen was basically us take another step, which is good. So we're learning, and just go on to Glen Helen. Whatever happens. Fortunately, we've been able to win quite a few races, but at the same side, we haven't had the consistency Dougie has had. Their team has done a tremendous job doing that, and their truck is quick. Doug's a great driver. They're a great family, and even Ryan Beat this weekend. Ryan Beat did such a tremendous job wheeling that thing, and it was cool because for us, the series has been kind of up and down, through all the hard times, and these families have put a lot of money into it. You see those top three guys running up top all the time, so it's cool. So it's really cool. All of us are kind of buddies. Obviously race head to head all the time, but at the end of the day, we always say good job to everyone. They come over to our pits, we wave when we see them, everything like that. So it's a good time.
Great job by you guys. We've been to Glen Helen once this year. What's going to be the key to winning there?
To be honest, consistency is always kind of what ends up making you win. Sometimes the fastest guy doesn't win. you know, the consistent lap times is what makes it happen at the end of the day. And today, that's what you kind of seen. Jarrett never put a tire wrong at all. Like, he just did a tremendous job driving it, and the truck really fit his driving style for today and the track conditions. And yeah, just looking forward to Glen Helen and heads down. Hopefully, maybe get a test in there. We actually tested the new truck there at the very first time, so we kind of already have a setup going into it. So we're going in blind this time, so hopefully it's some good racing. And let's say I said, whatever happens, happens. As long as we have a smile on our face at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
So just another great weekend here at the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series. Hope you guys enjoyed me taking you inside the pits. We appreciate all the feedback. Guys, shares and subscribers is what we need to grow. We just started this new channel. Hit 300 subs. Thank you very much, because that was much quicker than I thought it was going to be. We'd love to get to 500, that's for sure. Please share this with anybody who loves off-road racing. If you have any feedback, leave it down below. We're just getting started here. We love off-road racing, and you do too. Thank you for subscribing. Congratulations, Jared Brooks. Let us know your feedback, your thoughts, and please share, subscribe, comment, and if there's anything fast off-road trucks we're in, Off-Road Racing Insider rolls on.